Dextromethorphan, DXM for short, is a cough suppressant that is used as a dissociative drug in higher quantities. It is often found in over-the-counter cold medicines such as NyQuil, Delsym, and Robocough. A dissociative drug distorts your perception of all your senses, producing a feeling of detachment from your body and the environment. If you are on this video, you are most likely curious about doing DXM, or you are already set on doing it. The purpose of this video isn't to sway any opinions you have on doing the drug, but to inform you to the best of my ability on how to be safe and use proper harm reduction. There are three main types of DXM, which are called freebase, HBr, and poly. I know it sounds confusing at first, but they are all pretty similar. Freebase is just pure powdered DXM, pretty much only found in the brand Robocough. HBr is one of the most common forms of DXM, found in tons of different syrups and gel caps at pretty much any store. People describe poly by having half the potency but double the duration as the other types. It can make you high for 12 to even 24 hours at a time. This version, from what I know of, is only found in the brand Delsym in either pill or syrup form. Now, is DXM even safe? The short answer is yes. DXM alone is an incredibly safe drug, but only whenever you're using proper harm reduction. The number one rule, in my opinion, is to make sure that DXM is the only active ingredient in whatever medicine you plan on using. If there are other things such as acetaminophen or guaifenesin, you'll have a very shitty time. You can literally shit yourself. Also, do not do DXM if you're on a stimulant, opioid, or SSRI medication. They're seriously dangerous, especially when on SSRIs. You have an incredibly high risk of developing serotonin syndrome. And if you're on any other medications, I really do recommend you do your own research here, because I don't have the time to look at every medication and its effects on DXM, so I really do recommend that you look thoroughly into the effects yourself. Another thing to note is that vomiting is very common on DXM. It is very recommended to eat as little as you can before you dose, just to help with this as much as possible. And I've also heard that smoking weed can help with the nausea, but I'm not sure how true it is, but it can't really hurt, so... Now, moving on to the dosage. With DXM, there are these things called plateaus, which change depending on how much you dose, and each plateau has its own effects, and you can find out how much you need to dose for each plat using the calculators in the description below. The effects of the first plateau are described as somewhat similar to ecstasy, including being energetic, talkative, and feeling a light euphoria. On the second plat, you'll have stronger feelings of euphoria, but you'll also have a harder time with your motor functions, and it's similar to being drunk. The third plateau is where you really start to feel super dissociated, and you really have a hard time completing any motor functions in general. And it is possible to get hallucinations at this plat. And then the fourth plat is like a literal out-of-body psychedelic experience. And this can be really scary and really intense, and it's not recommended unless you are very experienced with this drug. I do not recommend going anywhere above the second plat whatsoever for a first-timer. What I do recommend is a good first plat dose to make sure it's comfortable and it's safe for you to use. Another rule with doing DXM is to wait 1 week per plateau between doing doses. So if you hit second plat, you need to wait 2 weeks before you dose again. Doing DXM too often can be really dangerous and addicting, and this rule is guaranteed to keep you safe. I'm not going to give any direct sources or anything on how to buy DXM or where or anything like that, but I do recommend you research this yourself. r/DXM is a really good place to find information like this, and any questions you may have probably been answered there over 100 times, so I do really recommend you check it out. Hopefully this was able to help someone. My goal is to educate others on drug safety and potentially save lives one day. And if you think this video does a decent job at that, please like and subscribe. And genuinely, thank you so much for watching.